Hey, what up? This is Zach Guilford from Midnight Mass, and you're listening to one of my favorite podcasts, Pop Culture Pastor.
Pop Culture Pastor.
Okay, Cody. I have a very special announcement of a huge guest for the podcast who's going to announce their new album. It is not Taylor Swift.
Oh, so I was ready for Taylor. She would have been a great host.
Like,
I would have been the sidekick.
why do the Kelseys get all the love? They've already got a huge podcast, Cody.
It is a no pressure situation for her to announce.
Yeah.
And there's not going to be any gotcha questions. It's going to be fun. And so I can dig it.
Yeah. I was only a little jealous. Just that they're going to get like 100 million downloads.
One of their videos already had like 100 million views.
That's crazy.
In an hour.
That is wild. And everybody's like doing the Taylor thing. We're all in our showgirl era.
I've been there.
I said on my social media, I was like, oh man, that was what I was going to name my next album. I do like the Kelseys though. I think we missed just how awesome they kind of are.
I honestly think Jason is you. I am Trav.
Oh, yeah, naturally.
Yes.
That's probably true. Except I've got the athleticism of Trav.
Jason's an athletic dude.
Yeah, but I'm more athletic. Hall of Fame center. No, I'm just messing around. All right. This is Pop Culture Pastor, the podcast. My name's Dave. Cody's here.
I am. And this is the podcast that's sweeping the Midwest and other parts of the nation.
It's sweeping Southeast Kansas. Geek Jackson Chauncey of the Round Table is here.
I'm here to make sure no muffins are buttered tonight. I don't even know.
Yeah, you don't want to know. I made a Freudian slip, one might say. I got my colloquialisms mixed up on a recent podcast. I meant to say butter you up. What I said was butter your muffin. Because I was born in the 80s, and that was just the thing back then. But, yeah, it wasn't what I meant to say. Anyhow, Geek Jackson is here. Also, Geek Matt.
Yeah.
We haven't talked to Matt in a while.
It has been a while.
Matt, tell everyone what you do now.
I'm a nurse practitioner. Worked in family medicine for a lot of years, but my actual degree is in emergency medicine, and I'm working in emergency medicine again.
You're in the ER.
I'm in the ER.
What's the craziest thing you've seen so far?
Yeah, I won't go into some of the craziest things. It's probably not appropriate.
It's not safe for our listenership.
Do you feel like you are George Clooney?
No.
More
like, what's the guy that was on ER that was in Revenge of the Nerds?
Oh, Anthony Edwards.
Yeah, more of an Anthony Edwards.
Yeah, okay. You're Goose.
Goose, that's right. He was Goose as well.
Yeah. All right. So we're all here. You might say, oh, well, we've got two geeks at the round table to go with Dave and Cody. This is a very special episode. You are here for the ground floor of something that I'm calling right now. This is just, we're workshopping it. ListBusters. ListBusters.
Bum, bum, bum.
We're sharing a microphone, and I was hoping Jackson would have a hot take. He didn't. Some of us really like the list. Some of us feel it might be antiquated. But we will find out.
Wonder who the some of us don't like the list is, Cody.
He meant the name. The ListBuster name. That's
yes.
right.
Oh,
yeah.
The specific name. Okay.
Yeah. We're just trying it out. If anyone has a better name for this type of show than ListBusters, then you let us know via our social media. But
or if you think this is the cat's pajamas, let us know.
Yeah, definitely that, because I need to be affirmed. Is it
Butter
as strong?
my muffins.
Is it as strong as my need to be liked? No, but I don't need to be loved. Anyways, okay. So here's the point of this. About a month ago, not even a month ago, a few weeks back, Esquire came out with a list. The 25 best superhero movies of all time. That's a key phrase right there, because it's not necessarily comic book movies, because we've done a comic book movie tournament. but it is superhero movies of all time by a guy named Eric Francisco. And I was stalking Eric today. Eric looks like a nice dude. He looks pretty young, an entertainment journalist. This is what his bio says. Eric Francisco is a pop culture journalist who specializes in all things superhero, sci-fi, gaming, and beyond. Formerly the senior film TV writer at Inverse, his work has also appeared, obviously, in Esquire, Vulture, The Hollywood Reporter, The AV Club, Observer, and more. So yeah, this dude's got quite a resume. Yeah, we're gonna critique his list in a way that we think is really fun. So here's the setup. All four of us, we're going to go one by one down through his list from 25 to 1. And we each have 5 items that we can use one time in this setup, in this game, essentially, we're playing. The first thing is the bomb, where we nuke a movie out of the list. We just take it out. We can use that one time. Then there's the switcheroo, where we can swap the movie that we're on with any other movie in the list, up or down. Then there's the rocket, where we can send the movie 5 up. The sniper, where we send the movie 5 down. And then, of course, maybe the most powerful one, the recast, where we can bring in an entire movie not on the list to take the place of the one we're on. Each one of us has that we can use one time. And hopefully the listeners can follow along. Now, to each movie, we're going to react. We're not going to use something on every movie. We might agree with some of them. We're just going to have a conversation like geeks do about these movies. This is the fun part about being a geek, isn't it? Where we get to debate and talk about things, tell Cody he's wrong.
It happens occasionally, but not often.
So, yeah. Does anyone have any questions before we start? What I'm going to do is I have broke down all these movies into 3 bullet points that summarize what our guy Eric Francisco said in this Esquire list. Are we ready?
Ready.
All right, here we go. Geek Matt will go first, followed by Jackson, followed by Cody, then myself. The number 25 movie, according to Esquire, of superhero movies of all time, Thunderbolts, with the asterisk, of course. And here's what Esquire has to say. Marvel may be limping these days, but Thunderbolts gave it a jolt, even if it was more of a defibrillator zap than a full comeback. Oh. Esquire finishes this by calling it a shockingly good found family story, the kind that might just leave a lasting legacy, if Marvel can remember where it put its keys. Matt, what are your thoughts on Thunderbolts at 25?
I think it was put there just because it was new.
So you don't think it's good enough to be in the top 25?
No.
Okay.
It's a good movie.
Yeah.
Not top 25.
Yeah. Okay. We'll come back to you if you want to use something. I want to get everyone's reaction first. Jackson?
I feel it's pretty fair. I agree with Matt that it being, I believe, the newest one on this list, they wanted to bring current movie fans in with something. I don't know exactly where I would put it on a list and if it belongs, but I'm fine with it where it's at.
Okay. Cody?
This movie has some deeper themes that I think if you view it through that lens, it could be a top 25 superhero movie, but I do agree with Matt that I probably would have left it off my list, but it would have been somewhere in the top 35.
Yeah. I think as a story, it's very satisfying, like you said, because it does have these deep themes. But like most of the ones on this list, it's more than just the story. It's the feeling it gives you when you watch it. And it's a good movie. And that end scene, that gave me the feels when they're all trying to rescue Bob from himself, essentially. But yeah, I don't know. I don't have much of a thing. But Matt, are you going to use any of your items here?
Actually, no.
No. Jackson?
Nope.
Cody?
Not particularly, but if I could, I would just say Bob.
Yeah.
From any impending destruction.
Well, we all want to save Bob. Bob's the best part. I'm not going to mess with it either. I don't feel strongly enough about it either way. 25 seems like it's an innocuous spot, so I don't feel all the pressure to move in. Jackson, we'll let you lead off this round. Number 24 on the Esquire list of 25 best superhero movies, Shazam. Once upon a time, Shazam comics actually outsold Superman. There's a little trivia for it. And decades later, the big red cheese finally got his big screen moment, and it didn't stink. Funny, heartfelt, somehow mature without losing that kid in a candy store vibe, plus it doubles as a Christmas movie. Jackson, reaction to Shazam at 24.
This was a movie that I saw, I think, once it had hit streaming. It wasn't anything that I ran out to theaters for. I don't like Zach Levi, so that part might come up here in a minute.
Let's stop there. Why don't you like Zach Levi?
I don't get a genuine read off of him. It seems phony and fake. And
you were not a fan of Chuck then.
See, and I'm the other way around. I love Zach.
Yeah, I love Zach.
Great.
No, he's not for me. I never saw Chuck, so I can't pass judgment.
This is real, though, because Jackson does have his distinct kind of individual flavor. He surprises me often. Cody, what was your reaction to Shazam?
It would be close to 25. I don't know if I would put it in the top 25 or not. It would be in that conversation. I do think this is the role Zach Levi is perfected, and that it was the best use of his talents, and was probably, well, it was easily the most lighthearted DC EU movie, and arguably one of the best. So
yeah, I kind of in the same place with Thunderbolts, where this movie had surprisingly deep things to say, being kind of a goofy, fun movie, but it was like a huge movie for like the foster family, adoption, that sort of thing. And I was greatly surprised when I saw it the first time and thought, man, I was not expecting this to be that good, but I kind of liked it. But if I was doing like a tier list, I'm notoriously a hard judger, so I wouldn't have that many S tiers and A tiers. This is like a B tier list, which seems right for the bottom of the list here. So I'm okay with it. Matt, what was your thoughts on Shazam?
I thought it was a great take on the character. I thought Zachary Levi hit it out of the park. But again, I agree. I'm going to agree with you, Dave, that I would put like a B. It's not way up there on my list, but it was a great movie.
Yeah. Jackson, will you be using an item?
I will.
Oh, Jackson's going to use the first item of the match. What will you be using on Shazam?
I am going to recast.
What? He's using the recast already?
I considered Snipe, but I can't drop it off the list entirely.
All right. So what are we replacing at the number 24 spot?
I'm going to replace Shazam with... We're going to go Blade 2.
Blade 2. Scotty is happy. Geek Scotty somewhere is really happy about that pick. Blade 2 now takes its spot at number 24. All right. Cody, it's Blade 2 now. You get the option of doing something with it because now Shazam's gone.
no,
You're going to stand
yet.
put. Yeah, I don't have a strong enough feeling on Blade 2, so I am not going to touch Blade 2 either. Matt?
No, I think it's...
it would be in the conversation top.
Yeah, the
25-ish.
The Blade movie's not being on here. I was a little disappointed. So actually, I'm okay with you putting Blade 2 on there. I like it.
Cody will lead off this round. We go to number 23, which is a James Gunn movie.
Yes.
It's a James Gunn movie. This was a movie by James Gunn in 2010 called Super. Before James Gunn was Marvel and DC's golden boy, says Esquire.
Yep.
He gave us Super, a pitch-black comedy about a fry cook who thinks a mask and a pipe wrench can fix his life. Ran Wilson's Crimson Bolt, Gran Wilson from The Office. He isn't battling aliens. He's trying to win back his wife from Kevin Bacon, which somehow feels way more dangerous. It's messy, uncomfortable, and darkly funny. A sneak preview, if you will, of Gunn's knack for telling stories about broken people whose costumes can't cover the real damage. Cody, have you seen Super?
So looking through the pictures, I have seen bits and pieces. I definitely haven't seen all of it, and which is kind of shocking because I do love James Gunn and have seen other things that aren't Marvel or DC that he's done, but I can't say like, oh, this is such an underrated gem, a diamond in the rough, if you will.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm not strong on it, but I mean, it's before he gets hired as Marvel's Infinity Saga expert. And so I do think that if this is what caught Marvel's eyes, then it must be pretty decent.
I've never seen this movie. Although I think I may have seen parts of it though, depending on what channel it might have appeared on over the years in syndication or whatever. Although it does say it's rated R. So yeah, I don't know. Matt, have you seen Super?
Today.
Wait, you watched this today?
Because I'd never seen it. So I watched it today.
Matt is the most dedicated geek of the round table there is.
I've seen every one of these movies but that one.
Wow. How was it?
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, but it was
Yeah.
It was okay.
So 49% on Rotten Tomatoes ain't wrong.
No, it's not wrong.
Jackson, what's your experience with Super?
I think I've seen it. I'm going to follow that narrative. I think Jim Gunn can have 23 on the list, and I don't need to see it to back that up.
Cody, will you be using an item on it?
No, I will not.
You will not. Okay. All right. I'm going to pass on using an item on it as well. I'm not like, I feel like almost I want to knock it down 5, but we're only at number 23. So what's the point, you know?
That's where I was with it as well.
Yeah.
It was like, I want to knock it down, but I'm not wasting it.
All right. Jackson, will you be using an item?
No.
You've used one. The only one to use one so far. Okay. All right. So this one, we go to number 22. This is the one I will go first on. Thor Ragnarok. Thor Ragnarok at number 22. At Marvel's peak, Esquire says, Taika Waititi took the MCU's most vanilla Avenger and turned him into a cosmic comedy lead, complete with awkward humor and a haircut. It's part 80s comic book love letter, part deadpan Taika comedy, all wrapped in neon colors and immigrant song on repeat, and somehow it works. I tend to agree with this. I think Thor Ragnarok is one of the best Marvel movies. They managed to balance everything. Taika does a good job of like whatever he didn't do on Thor Love and Thunder, where his filter just got blown out and he goes the full Taika. This one, he seems filtered, he seems contained, and what ends up is this kind of balance that it strikes that Esquire referred to here. I also think him being the hardest Avenger to make an individual film on, I tend to agree with that. Even though I said it funny, I wanted to mislead you. But I think Chris Hemsworth gets a lot of credit for that too, because I think he's made that character a large piece of himself, which is very charismatic. Matt?
I think it's not in the right spot. This was a great movie. I do have a son named Thor, so I'm a little biased. And Cody's over there wearing a Thor shirt, so it was the best Thor movie. And man, they're talking about giving the feels. It gave you the feels, and the music, the score with it was amazing. And then the play between Thor and Hulk was great.
Yeah, Jackson, Thor Ragnarok at 22.
This was actually for a long time my favorite Marvel movie, so it's absolutely not in the right place. And now knowing what we know about Thor Love and Thunder, like Robert Downey Jr. always said, you don't go full Taika.
Cody, you never go the full Taika, he says.
You do go the full Taika, because Love and Thunder wasn't bad. Ragnarok, amazing. It fit something that the previous 2 Thor movies had kind of missed. Like, yes, Thor should have a Shakespearean feel to it, but at the same time, he is the god of thunder. Like, there should be some action, some lightning bolts happening, and it wasn't happening. And then Immigrant Song happens, and it's happening nonstop, and it is amazing. So I will concur with other people that this might be in the wrong spot currently.
Yeah. I am not going to use an item on it because I'm relatively confident someone will. So I'm going to pass on it. But I will say, you mentioned Immigrant Song and, just the Zeppelin in general. Nobody who grew up reading Thor did not imagine those songs while reading Thor comics. Like, this was a moment where Taika just perfectly blended in what comic book people had been imagining for years. Like the Valkyries and like just all that is just so spot on. And I think that's why I love this movie. But I'm not going to use an item on it. Matt, will you be using it? The father of Thor, will you be using an item on this?
I will be using an item on
All
this.
right. What are we going to do?
We are moving Thor from 22 up to 10. Batman 1989 on the list.
He's using the Switcheroo.
Just for Cody.
Wow. Okay. We are switching out Batman 1989.
Yes.
For in 10 spot. And we are moving it to 22. And Thor Ragnarok goes up. All right. So there we go. We should say this changes things, Jackson, because now you are using your item option on a different movie. Let me tell you what Esquire says about Batman 1989. If Superman birthed the superhero movie, Tim Burton's Batman was when it grew up, got a darker wardrobe, and started hanging out in alleys. Mixing Frank Miller grit with a dash of the 66 TV show's camp. It may not be perfect, ... But Keaton as Batman pretty much is. That's what Esquire has to say. Jackson, will you be using an item to keep Batman at number 23 or moving it? Or 22, excuse me.
I will not be using an item this round.
Okay. Now, Cody, what is your thoughts about 1989 Batman?
Oh.
Are you a lover of this movie?
It starts my Batman fandom. But I don't hold it in my top 3 Batman movies.
Okay.
So
theoretically, this is in a spot that's more...
This is closer. I almost want to use something to bump it up a little bit, but I was going to switcheroo Ragnarok and move it even higher up the list.
And now it saves it. You still have your switcheroo.
So I might use the switcheroo later.
Okay, cool. All right, so we are done with that round. Batman 1989 sits at 22, and now Thor Ragnarok moves up to 10. So we'll get another shot with Thor Ragnarok. We now move to number 21, The Watchmen. Who watches The Watchmen? Esquire says saying Watchmen is a great superhero movie is like saying Rorschach is your favorite superhero. It's technically possible, but it's also kind of missing the point. Zack Snyder delivers a mostly faithful adaptation of Alan Moore and Dave Gibbons' dark alternate 1986 saga. It's stylish, polarizing, and open to interpretation, like staring into Rorschach's mask. Everyone sees something different and probably argues about it online. Matt, what do you think about Watchmen?
It was one of those first change-ups, like The Boys, and it was like, hey, we can do some of these off-the-wall comic books. I thought it was great because it took superheroes and made them not so super.
Yeah. Jackson?
Well, I have a feeling based on the Fantastic Four episode, people are going to think I'm narcoleptic, but I fell asleep during this movie.
We need to do a list of movies Jackson fell asleep in.
It would be a pretty extensive list, I'm starting to see. And I never went back. I enjoyed a lot of the cast in other work, but I've never gotten back to this one. Jackie Earle Haley was a highlight for me as Rorschach, but I don't have a great opinion on this because I was going along and then I wasn't.
It's not a movie for you. That's all right. That's all right. Cody, where are you at with Zack Snyder's Watchmen?
So I did watch The Watchmen and did not fall asleep. Oh, visually stunning. Another director that does a phenomenal job with soundtracks, matching the tone and the theme of what's happening in the movie, even including Simon and Garfunkel. Yeah. But wonderfully.
I agree.
And the source material is one of the all-time great comic books. On most any list. So this one might be misplaced.
Yeah. I also think this movie is gorgeous. this movie just looks incredible. Of course, Zack Snyder does a good job of that. I do think there's also two things I have to say about it. One, I was disappointed by it, being a fan of the graphic novel, the collected issues, whatever, of the original Watchmen. But two, I'm not so sure anybody else would have done better, because that is that's incredibly hard source material. It's very deep. It's very Alan Moore, and you had to adapt it for our time. Like, when it's written, it has these 80s sensibilities in it, even though it takes place earlier than that in their alternate universe. And so, like, it's just a difficult movie to adapt. I think he did about as well as you could imagine he could. And I like the movie, and I think it belongs in the top 25, actually. Matt, will you be using an item on the Watchmen?
No.
No. Jackson?
No items needed here.
No items. I was to say, if you fell asleep, you don't really get to judge, right? Cody, what will you be doing here?
I was saving this one, but I'm using it.
Okay, what are we doing? What are you using?
We will rocket it up 5 spots.
All right, so he's using his rocket. So we have Watchmen now up to 16, Superman 2, everything else just kind of drops down, and now it is time. By the way, Superman 2 in a weird spot, because we have moved on from 21. So Superman 2 just drops down. We don't even get to talk about it. That's the rules. That's how we're doing it. I'm not so sure Superman 2 is out of place there. I like the movie. It's good. It may be even better than Superman the movie, but it doesn't hold the place culturally that Superman the movie does, for a lot of reasons, not least of which is the director battles and different cuts, blah, blah, blah. But we move on to number 20 on the Esquire list, and now that spot is taken by Avengers Endgame, which moved down a spot because of the move up. In 2019, Esquire says theaters were packed like it was the Super Bowl, only with more capes and fewer nachos, as Marvel wrapped up its decade-long Infinity Saga. If you hadn't been along for the ride since Iron Man's debut, this movie probably made 0 sense. But for die-hard fans, it was the perfect finale, and maybe the first hint that Marvel's glory days were behind it, says Esquire. Jackson, I believe this is your leadoff, right? What's your feeling about Avengers Endgame now at 20?
This is a movie that I would agree, it was kind of the swan song for Marvel, and they've never been able to get it back. You know, this was the culmination of an event that I don't know that we'll see again, where everybody was along for the ride, movie by movie. We had these, you know, these little interwoven threads through each movie, and they pulled it off. You know, it met expectation, and you don't often see that.
Avengers Endgame, Cody? What do you? I think we've heard your opinions before on the pod. What do you think about Avengers Endgame?
So, as a singular event, like a separate standalone movie, it's okay. But since it's a culmination of all things Marvel early on, and the brainchild of my dear friend Jimmy Gunn, the whole Infinity Saga.
Oh my gosh, dude! What? Come on, bro.
I will keep saying it
That's
throughout
shocking
the pod.
Russo brothers slander.
It is. I do enjoy the Russo brothers, especially since they helped with Community, the show.
Yeah, we're big Community fans.
Yes. But in-game, it did meet expectations. The guy that was sitting next to me, and then my wife that was sitting next to me as well, either side of me was sobbing, and I'm like...
Dave, were you sitting next to him?
This is a bit intense for a reclining theater.
I will neither confirm nor deny that I was the one sitting next to Cody sobbing. I think culturally, we just talked about why Superman 2 might be below Superman 1, even though Superman 2 is a pretty good movie and maybe better. It just doesn't hold the same place culturally. I think Avengers Endgame, the reason it's on this list is because it's a culmination, and it's a great wrap up. It comes with a couple scenes that are all-time theater scenes. The scene where, the Avengers Assemble scene is a perfect example where people just had a visceral reaction in the theater. You don't see many movies like that. So it's an event movie for sure. I think it belongs here. Matt?
I grew up loving comic books. you talk about getting the feels. It's like I had the feels the entire movie. I really worried that they're going to have all these characters and it was just going to be a mushy mess because there's too many characters. And I thought they pulled it off well.
Yeah. It gives me hope for Doomsday, frankly, because they've done it. So let's see them do it again. Jackson, will you be using an item on Avengers Endgame?
Strap the rocket, prepare for launch.
He's using a rocket.
I love it.
Jackson uses his second item and moves Avengers Endgame up to the 15 spots. We got some movement going on here. He also does something very interesting here, because what he does is now the movie in the crosshairs of Cody is one Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 2 that drops now into this spot. So Cody has the option of using an item on Guardians of the Galaxy 2. Will you be using it?
I'm so tempted to snipe it. But no, I actually like Guardians 2.
Really?
I do enjoy Guardians 2.
Wow.
I think... So I don't honestly get the backlash to Guardians 2. I think it is on par with Guardians 1. Guardians 3 might be the best, but I'm good with Guardians 2. It's great acting, great soundtrack, visually stunning. It's a James Gunn movie.
Okay. All right. Whew, I am torn. Guardians 2 is my least favorite Guardians movie. I just feel like it's not that it's not good, Jackson. I just feel like it doesn't hold up to the other two. I think the other two are better, and they're not even on this list, which kind of shocks me because at least Guardians Volume 1, I feel like deserves to be on this list, and I'm super tempted.
So what did Esquire say about Guardians 2? Because I jumped in.
Guardians 2, according to Esquire, the first Guardians hooked us on a feeling and Chris Pratt's abs, I guess, but the sequel cranked up the colors, the weirdness, and the family drama. Beneath the neon and space battles, it's a deeper story about what family really means, with Baby Groot stealing scenes and setting the stage for Grogu in many ways to take over the cute merch market. I am torn, but I think I'm going to leave it alone. I think I'm just going to leave it. I am very tempted to swap it out with another Guardians movies, but I kind of want to save that for later. So I'm not going to use it. Matt, will you be using an item on Guardians 2 at number 20 now?
I will not.
All right, so we move on. Guardians 2 stays put at number 20. Number 19, Cody, Shin Kamen Rider from 2023.
Can't even keep a straight face.
Let's talk about this movie. Esquire says, picture Spider-Man if David Cronenberg directed it. That's the unsettling, bug-eyed energy Shin Kamen Rider is bringing. It's a reboot of a 1971 Japanese TV series following a kidnapped college biker who's turned into a half-dead cyborg and decides to use his new powers against the people who built him. It's weird, intense, and a refreshing detour from the Marvel DC assembly line. Proof that superhero movies don't all have to come with a Stan Lee cameo. Have you seen this?
Since it was missing a Stan Lee cameo... No, I have not. I literally just heard of it when I found this list like a month ago. So
I've never heard of it either till this list. So I have no comment. I have no reaction here. Matt?
I watched it today.
These
are the only two on the list that I had never seen.
Matt is the most committed guest we've ever had on the pod. Matt, tell us your reaction to Shin Kamen Rider.
Horrible movie. Horrible movie. Horrible acting, horrible producing, horrible directing. I'm like, why is this on the list?
Rotten Tomatoes says 89%. That doesn't mean you're wrong, Matt. Doesn't mean you're wrong.
Oh, I'm not wrong.
Jackson, have you seen Shin Kamen Rider?
I have not. I didn't even fall asleep during it. So
all right.
It doesn't get my seal of approval.
Cody, will you be using an item on this?
I think I'm the first to use this one. We're nuking it.
Nuking it! Completely off the list goes Shin Kamen Rider. We need a new 25. What this means is I will go to my list of the best movies not on the list, and I will tell you the one that moves up is Batman Begins. Batman Begins now on the list at number 25 because of Cody's use of his nuke.
That was the best use of a nuke yet.
Yeah, I figured you'd like that. Oh, well, this is weird.
It'd have to be Batman Begins.
No, because we're on number 19, right? So Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 2 again falls into my lap. You know what? I'm going to go ahead and use it. I'm going to snipe it. I'm going to snipe it and move it down 5 spots. It's just a little too high for me for 2. And so it's going to move down to number 24.
This is getting really confusing.
Yeah. So now, Matt, what you're left with is Superman 2 in the 19 spot. Do you want to, and we're not discussing, do you want to use an item on Superman 2 in the 19 spot?
Oh, you guys are throwing me off here. Holy cow. Man, I love Richard Pryor. So no.
I think Superman, you might have your Supermans confused. Richard Pryor's in 3.
Oh, it's
Superman
3. I was
like, did he mean Richard Donner?
No.
That was
now
amazing.
I can think what was in 2?
I also love Richard Pryor. I don't know what he has to do with this.
I'm glad he did that,
2?
so I didn't have to.
The 2 was the...
2 was General Zod, and they escaped the Phantom Zone.
Yeah, that they showed in
Terrence Stamp.
So that changes my thought there. Let me think here. No, I'm still going to...
Okay.
I'm going to leave it be. You guys are messing me all up here.
Jackson, will you do anything with Superman 2 now at the 19 spot?
That does not have Richard Pryor in it.
Kneel before Zod, no item needed.
All right, we move on. I lead off this round, yes? Number 18, Hellboy. Let's see what Esquire has to say about Hellboy. Guillermo del Toro had already dipped his toe into the superhero pool with Blade 2, which we've already come up in this episode. But Hellboy is where his gothic fairy tale style really found its cape, packed with practical effects and Del Toro's signature dark whimsy. It's a sinfully great comic book movie that's aged better than most of the CGI fests that followed. I agree. Hellboy's a great comic book superhero movie. It's different. It's super weird. Like, he's a paranormal investigator, which is kind of fun. It was just like, I believe it was just that era of comic books, and Guillermo del Toro's the perfect guy to kind of capture that flavor. So I'm good with this. Matt?
Guillermo del Toro is one of my favorite directors. That guy he just is odd, but the styling of that movie was just amazing. Although every time I hear the Aqua person's voice, I just think of Frasier. So,
Kelsey Grammer?
No, not Kel. It was his brother from Frasier.
Oh, Niles.
Played the voice.
Yeah.
Niles played the voice.
Jackson? Hellboy. What's your reaction to that?
It is a solid movie, if not memorable to me. Ron Perlman is my Hellboy.
Yeah, they did switch him.
Not a huge hurdle to clear, but this is the only one really of the Hellboys to watch. I
agree.
I have a guilty pleasure with the 2024 maybe Hellboy with David Harbour, but it's a solid movie. I haven't gone back to watch it. It's not something I think about routinely, but serves its purpose.
Cody? Hellboy.
Geek of the round table, Scotty, loves Hellboy.
Yes, he does.
I'm good with it where it's at. I think this is an accurate spot.
Yeah.
Like around 20.
I think I can safely call this round. No one's going to use an item on Hellboy.
You're correct.
No, I'm not.
All right. Number 17, we can just skip by this one too because it's Watchmen. Does anyone want to use an item here? If not, we'll move directly up to 16. Captain America, the Winter Soldier. All the way down at 16, although on Esquire's list it started at 15. It's moved down one in our antics. The Russo brothers made their Marvel debut count, delivering one of the MCU's best and proving Cap could carry a movie without a team of quippy sidekicks. It's Marvel doing a full 70s political thriller cosplay, complete with Robert Redford as the villain, and somehow making it work inside a superhero blockbuster. Matt Bogle, what do you think of Captain America Winter Soldier?
It was a good Captain America movie. Not great, but a good.
Yeah.
I think it played well with the theme.
Jackson?
I feel this was one of the first grown-up Marvel movies where it didn't rely on explosions and, set pieces and things like that. It was a movie that rewarded you for paying attention and that you felt was more cerebral than it was spectacle.
Mm-hmm. Cody? Captain America, the Winter Soldier.
I really enjoyed this one, and I remember watching it with a group of friends And us just really being like, this is a good direction for Marvel. That it had more grit to it. It also was still Captain America. And he was still the innocent Boy Scout army dude. But Bucky is now not so good.
Yeah, this movie is where Marvel figures out the formula of just tell a good story. These movies can be different genres. And they're just really good. I think this is ranked way too low, but Matt gets first shot at using an item. Will you be using an item on it?
And it's at 16 right now, correct?
It is at 16, yes.
I'm going to move Captain America. Nope. I'm going to hold.
He's going to hold. All right, Jackson.
Going to hold.
Will you be using an item on Captain America the Winter Soldier?
No items needed.
All right. Cody?
It's fairly ranked.
Okay. I disagree. I will be using an item since y'all are too weak to do it. I guess I have to do it. I am using a switcheroo. I am swapping it with The Incredibles at number 5.
Oh.
Cody is beside himself.
You're moving it up to the top 5.
Yes, absolutely.
This is bananas.
It's a great movie, Cody, and it's one of the best superhero movies of all time. In
Poor
my opinion.
Incredibles, but it was going to move down sooner or later.
Yes, it was.
So Captain America the Winter Soldier now at number 5, The Incredibles at number 16, and that's the end of it. We move on to number 15 spot, which is now Avengers Endgame. Jackson gets first impulse. Do you want to use an item? We've already discussed it. Avengers Endgame now at number 15.
Pass.
Cody.
Negatory, Ghost Rider.
I will be passing as well. Seems like a good
Passing.
spot for it. All right. So we move on to number 14. This is where things are going to get a little interesting. The Crow. Forever marked by the tragic loss of Brandon Lee during filming, The Crow still stands as a dark gothic landmark in superhero cinema. Esquire says, it's moody, magnetic, and heartfelt, a superhero for the lost and lonely, reminding us that even in this world, it can't rain all the time. Cody, thoughts on The Crow?
So there's a lot of emotional baggage with this movie
I agree.
that plays into its cult following, I feel. Although I will say the concept's not bad. Brandon Lee did a good job acting. It did inspire one of my favorite wrestlers, Sting. And so, if for anything, it might deserve this spot just for that.
Okay. Sting is the best Crow, in my opinion. Yeah, I think this movie's hard to talk about because we feel like we're doing a disservice to the memory of Brandon Lee, but that's also part of the issue with the movie is I think the movie's fine. Just fine. But I don't think this movie is remembered at all if Brandon Lee doesn't befall that tragedy. That's my personal opinion and theory. Yeah. I think it's a fine movie. I don't think anyone thinks it doesn't grow into the zeitgeist like it does if that doesn't happen to him. So that's just kind of my feelings on it. Matt?
I agree with you 100%. The Crow could have been a great movie, but I thought Brandon Lee did fine. And I wasn't trying to, it's not bashing him. I don't think it was directed well. I think it could have been a better movie.
Well, like they said, like Cody said, they made changes in a weird, crazy way. Him dying is why it's remembered, but also why it might not be a great movie. Correct. Because they had to do a lot of scrambling.
Right. But we'll never know.
Yeah. Jackson, The Crow.
I kind of echo the sentiments of everybody else so far that the event that happened is bigger than the movie itself. It's why the movie stands out. I hate that Brandon didn't get to have a career post this. If it was going to be the jumping off point, a lot of people say. But I agree that the event stands up more than the movie itself.
Yeah. Cody, will you be using an item on The Crow? At number 14. Sorry.
For listener of the podcast, Jade, I will not move it down.
Oh, wait. So hold on. You're talking to a listener?
Yes. I know someone that listens, loves the original Crow movie.
Oh, you're putting some pressure on me.
So I will not be bumping it down.
Oh my goodness.
I will keep it as is.
You're going to bump it up?
No, I'm keeping it as is.
He's not going to use it. Okay, now I feel...
Also, again, it created Sting's persona in WCW.
That's such a reach, though.
But no, it's legit.
No,
Scott Hall.
But that has nothing to do with the movie.
But it literally changed the culture. So it has to be in the top 25, and it might be around number 15.
Jade, I'm so sorry. I adore you as a listener, and I have all the respect for your opinion. I just don't think it belongs in the top 25. I'm using my nuke. I am nuking The Crow out of the top 25. And I understand this might be a problem with some people, but that's what I'm doing. Leave all your complaints on the social media post. That brings another movie into our list at the bottom. It will be Avengers Infinity War. Avengers Infinity War enters now at 25. That means, Matt, that for your choice, at number 14 is now Avengers Endgame again. So I assume you want to just leave it.
I'm going to leave it.
Okay. We'll move on. Who's first this round? I am. Okay. Number 13 is where we're at. Logan. The movie is Logan. Here's what Esquire says about it. Billed as Hugh Jackman and Patrick Stewart's farewell to their X-Men roles, Logan let them ride off into the sunset before Deadpool came along to dig up the body for laughs. Brutal, heartfelt, beautifully shot. It's the kind of genre masterpiece that proves superhero movies can still break your heart after years of CGI punch-outs. Totally agree with Esquire and Eric's assessment here. I think this is a great movie. I think it's actually too low, but that's just me. Logan at 13, it certainly deserves to be at least this high. It's a great superhero movie. Matt?
Logan was a great movie. I agree. It was.
Yeah.
Hugh Jackman is amazing, and this movie I thought made him real.
I never loved Hugh Jackman in the role of Wolverine. I'm one of those weird people. To me, he's like way too tall.
Yeah,
he's way too cultured. Like there's just lots of things I don't like about him in the role. But I thought he's brilliant in this movie.
Correct. I'll go with that. Yeah.
Jackson.
I really enjoyed Logan. It was a proper send-off for Hugh Jackman, but as we know, nothing lasts forever in media these days. Very cathartic feeling.
All right. Cody, what are your feelings on Logan?
Logan was amazing. You get to see Wolverine actually be like more gritty and rough and rugged. You get to see some of the deaths of your beloved favorite X-Men characters while introducing new ones. And Boyd Holbrook as a villain. It works.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I get my first choice of using an item. I will be using my rocket to move Logan up 5 spots to number 8, which means, Matt, the Batman slides into your crosshairs with the Pattinson, the Battinson. Let me read the Batman's little blurb here from Esquire. In a DC era obsessed with cameos and Easter eggs, Matt Reeves proved all you really need is a clear vision, and the Batman has it in spades. It's grim, it's grounded, and full of morally murky characters where even Batman himself feels just as dangerous as the criminals he's chasing. Will you be using an item on the Batman?
I will. I'm going to snipe it.
He's going to snipe it. So the Batman, we got lots of all kinds of movement going on now. The Batman will go down to number 18, which puts it just in front of Michael Keaton's 89 Batman. So the Batman slides down to number 18, which means Jackson in the 13th spot. Avengers Endgame is back. I assume.
The bad penny returns.
Yeah, what are you going to be doing with it? Anything?
No item.
All right, Cody.
Snipe the ever-loving nerd out that. Cody is trash.
Cody is just mad now. Cody is all kinds of upset, but he will be using his snipe.
That's moving your Batman up again, though.
Matt used his snipe.
Because, this is sad.
Avengers Endgame will drop now to the 18 spots.
We won't talk it ever again.
It's too low now.
All right, so now where are we at? Number 12. This is getting complicated.
Wait, is it 12? What is 12?
Yeah. Well, now it's Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse.
Oh yeah. Okay.
All right, let's do this one last time. Esquire says, with quoting it. Into the Spider-Verse with that swung in and rewired Spidey senses in 2018. Jaw-dropping comic book style animation, wild energy, and a fresh take on an icon. It didn't just earn a spot in the Spider-Man pantheon. It kicks the door open to the multiverse. Matt, what do you think of Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse?
This is one of my favorite Spider-Man movies. And the styling just blew my mind. The music to it, perfect. It's a great movie.
All right. Jackson, Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse.
This was a movie that I paid no attention to. Hold on.
All right. Sorry.
Paid no attention to, just kind of left alone, let it exist out there in the world without my involvement in it. And then one night I got bored, had no other excuse not to watch it. Absolutely loved it.
Yeah.
I haven't seen the sequel yet, but it's a very solid one and high up on my Spider-Man list.
What are you waiting for? The sequel's maybe even better. Cody?
True that. I was expecting Jackson to say I fell asleep during this one as well. It deserves to be the top animated movie
For sure.
on our list.
Yeah.
So that's how I'll word it.
Yeah, for sure. My experience with this movie was we were coming home from a family trip, driving all day, and we stopped to take a break, essentially. I had no expectations for this movie. Went into the theater just for a respite with my family. Thought the kids would enjoy the cartoon. Came out thinking kind of what you said, Matt, that might have been the best Spider-Man movie ever. And it's great. So, Matt, will you be using an item on Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse?
I will. It's getting the rocket.
He is using the rocket. He will move it up 5 spots to number 7. All right, Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse up to number 7, which leaves Thor Ragnarok at number 12. Jackson, will you be using an item on it?
No.
Cody. Oh.
It's tempting. I got it up there, so... No, Matt got it up there. I was going to get it up higher. But yes, we'll save it for maybe a rainy day.
Yeah, I don't really have anything I want to use on it now that I'm down to just 2, my Switcheroo and my Recast. So we go to number 11. Jackson leads us off there with X2, which is where we're at now. X-Men 2, which is poorly named X2 X-Men United. I don't know what they were thinking with that title, but Esquire says after the first X-Men proved superheroes could print money, Fox doubled down with X2 X-Men United, a sequel that's only gotten better with age. Forced to team up with Magneto's crew, the X-Men blur the line between hero and villain in a story that's as politically charged as it is action-packed. Jackson, how you liking X2?
This is the one I go back to with the original 3. I thought the first X-Men was a pretty terrible movie. All things considered.
I disagree.
This introduced me to Brian Cox, which he's been a highlight in several movies I've seen since then. And I feel like this gave you a better concept of Wolverine. You got the Berserker rage, and this is the Wolverine I wanted in the original X-Men.
Yeah. Cody, thoughts on X-Men 2?
It's a movie.
He's just there with it. That's fine.
I don't know if we've had a overly terrific X-Men movie. Logan was as close as it's gotten, and it only had some random X-Men and Professor X.
X-Men 2 is the best of the old Fox X-Men movies, I think. I thought 1 was good, though. It doesn't hold up the time real well. But 3's trash. 3, The Last Stand, is just terrible. But yeah, I thought X-Men 2 is good. It's a little high for my taste, but I'm out of items to manipulate that, or at least that I want to use on it. Matt?
It's a good movie, but I'll agree. It was a good movie. I'll leave it at that.
Jackson, will you be using an item on it?
Nope.
Cody?
Yes.
Oh, okay. What are we using on it?
We're recasting.
Oh, we're knocking it completely out of the list. What are we putting in at number 11, sir?
So this is a superhero list.
Okay.
And I had to go back and forth. It was between this movie and Scott Pilgrim versus the World.
It's not Scott Pilgrim?
I went V for Vendetta.
Oh, V for Vendetta is very good.
Yeah, good movie.
I feel it's at the right spot.
Yeah, at number 11. And I will not be using an item on it because I agree. I think that's well placed. Matt, do you have an item you want to use on V for Vendetta?
No, that's a great movie.
Not on the Esquire list, but it has been added pop culture pastor ListBuster style. Now we move up to the top 10. The top 10. Number 10 is Unbreakable by M. Night Shyamalan. Esquire says before superheroes dominated the box office, M. Night Shyamalan gave us a slow burn, cerebral take on the genre with Unbreakable. Bruce Willis plays a security guard whose failing marriage is just one of his problems, the other being that he might nearly be invincible. Guided, sort of, by Samuel L. Jackson's mysterious art dealer Elijah, later becomes part of a trilogy, but this first chapter stands tall on its own as a grounded, haunting what-if for the superhero origin story. Cody, does it belong in this list?
So it has a cult following amongst the M. Night people. Not every M. Night person loves this movie because it literally is straight up a comic book movie.
Yeah, it's very different.
And it feels different than anything that he had done before and pretty much since, including the other two movies in the trilogy. I do think Split's a better, more enjoyable movie, but Unbreakable deserves to be on the list somewhere.
Yeah, I agree. I love Unbreakable. It's one of my favorite M. Night Shyamalan movies. It's a very, very different take on a superhero movie, being that it was like, what if this was grounded in reality and the depression of M. Night Shyamalan world? And that's kind of where you are with this movie. But I remember loving it as a comic book geek when it came out. Matt, Unbreakable, where are you at with that?
I'll agree with M. Night. I'm not an M. Night Shyamalan fan. Of all the M. Night Shyamalan movies, this is his best.
Okay. Yep. You're allowed to be wrong. It's okay. No, I understand M. Night Shyamalan is very, takes will vary greatly with him. Jackson, what do you think about Unbreakable?
I did not watch this today. Or any other day for that matter, so I will pass the microphone.
Cody, will you be using an item on Unbreakable at number 10?
I'm ashamed of you for not watching a Bruce Willis movie. No, I will not.
Yeah, I won't be either. I don't feel like it's, I feel like it should be a little lower, but I don't really have an item left to adjust that the way I want. Matt, will you be using an item?
Because of my distaste for M. Night Shyamalan, not because of Unbreakable, I'm recasting it.
Woo!
It's
okay.
gone off the list.
Our second recast here, Unbreakable, will be replaced by a movie not on the list. Which one will you be using?
Deadpool and Wolverine.
Deadpool and Wolverine.
Cody, I think I'm going to get my coronary over there.
And I don't get a chance to do anything with this? Ah, man. Okay, Matt, tell us why Deadpool and Wolverine deserves to be number 10.
Because it was a fun movie.
It was fun. I agree. It was fun. Okay, who's left over here? Just Jackson? Just Jackson, you have the ability to do something with Deadpool and Wolverine. Would you like to?
No,
they want you to.
Oh. What? What'd you say?
Thank you.
Nope. Okay, he's going to leave it there. We move up to number 9, and it's back to me, right? I go first here. Yeah, so we're back at Logan. So we'll just do items here. Logan looks good in the top 10 to me. Matt, an item on Logan?
Looks good to me.
Nope. Jackson?
Looks good.
All right. Cody?
Not yet.
Not yet, he says. All right, we move to number 8. Matt, you get to lead off here on number 8, which is currently occupied by Wonder Woman. Esquire says after her debut got lost in the gloom of Batman versus Superman, Gal Gadot finally got the spotlight, and Wonder Woman showed she was the beating heart of DC's Big Three. Patty Jenkins delivers not just a great superhero film, but proof that women could lead both the genre and the box office. Matt, do you like Wonder Woman?
I do like Wonder Woman, yeah. I thought it was a great movie.
Yeah.
Gal Gadot did a great job. She's gotten hammered as an actress since then. But no, I thought it was a great, well put together movie. The DC universe was starting to fall apart, but this movie still held on.
You know, people forget this debuts like right in the middle of the Batman, Superman, Justice League crap fest.
Yeah. Started to crumble.
Sorry, personal opinion. Jackson, Wonder Woman.
I feel this was the death rattle for the DCEU. I think it's maybe looked at a little more fondly because of what surrounded it than what it itself is.
I wouldn't. That's possible. I'm sure that's possible. Cody, what do you think of Wonder Woman?
I really enjoyed Wonder Woman. I thought the side characters were really interesting as well as Wonder Woman, but like they didn't waste characters in that movie. I was going to use my switcheroo at the beginning of this for Thor Ragnarok and Wonder Woman to flip because I think Wonder Woman's too high, but it didn't.
Damage has been done,
It didn't
sir.
get to me, so I didn't get to use it. So
Yeah, I actually think Wonder Woman is one of the better DCEU movies, in my opinion. I enjoyed it. In fact, I think I enjoyed it more than Man of Steel, which is another one of the movies people generally put up there as far as the DCEU goes. So, yeah, I thought Wonder Woman's good. I don't know if it's top 10 good.
Yeah.
Gal Gadot, like Matt said, who's been getting raked over the coals recently for Snow White and some other performances, but
Yeah.
I thought she was great in this, and I don't remember disliking Wonder Woman in any way. Matt, will you be using an item?
I will.
Okay. All you got left is your nuke, right?
You got it.
All right. So you are nuking.
It was too high. It was too high.
You are nuking Wonder Woman completely. That means we need a new number 25.
I will say, you said it was and I said it started falling apart there. The new Superman, which is not on the list because it hadn't came out yet, I think is going to be a great reboot of DCU.
Yeah.
DCU.
Well, it's funny you mention that because the new Superman is what goes into the list at number 25. Superman 2025 enters the list.
Mind you, I did not know his list.
You
prior.
did not. But that's what goes in. So, Jackson, Logan. Do you want to use anything on Logan?
Pass.
Pass. Cody, number 8. Logan is at number 8. Oh, he's thinking.
switcheroo.
He's using the
here
switcheroo
he
with
goes.
Logan. Okay. Where are we sending Logan? Are we going up or down?
To Spider-Man 2 territory.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Okay, I like it. I like it.
Logan moves up to number 2. Spider-Man 2 moves down to number 8. That puts me in a strange position, right? So, because now I'm on Spider-Man 2, which Esquire had as the number 2 movie. Sam Raimi and Tobey Maguire somehow managed to top their 2002 smash hit with a sequel that didn't just meet the hype, it swings right past it. With jaw-dropping set pieces, a gut-punch theme about choosing responsibility over happiness, it's a superhero storytelling at its absolute peak. I tend to agree with this, but I don't really have anything that I want to use on this. This is getting difficult. I'm going to leave it. I'm going to leave it. So who started this round off? Was it Matt?
I did.
Okay, so we're on to number 7. Spider-Man into the Spider-Verse now rests in number 7. Will you be doing anything with that, Jackson?
Pass.
Pass. Cody, I assume you're passing.
I can't do anything. I'm out. I'm pretty sure.
What'd you use last? The switcheroo?
I did use the switcheroo last.
Have you used your recast it?
Yes, because
Okay.
I put in V for Vendetta.
Oh, that's right. Okay. I may have missed a couple things here, but I think I'm up to date now.
But I'm glad that we got the right Spider-Man in front.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Okay. So yeah, Spider-Man in the Spider-Verse now is at number 7, and I'm not going to do anything with it there. I'm going to leave it there. Matt?
I'm going to leave it.
Matt, you.
I'm
have
out. What am I out?
You're
I have
out
nothing
of
left.
things.
What am I
Matt-
gonna do?
Matt is out of items, so we don't have to ask him anymore. We go on to number 6 now, as we're getting to the nitty gritty. Number 6 in the original list as well. Black Panther. Spinning out of Captain America: Civil War, Black Panther didn't just raise Marvel's game; it elevated the whole superhero genre. Ryan Coogler's Afrofuturist vision made this a cultural milestone and a game changer both on screen and in Hollywood. Jackson, what's your experience with Black Panther?
This was a movie where I first enjoyed a villain over a hero, and up to that point, Marvel had a villain problem, so Killmonger was one of their strongest.
Killmonger's a great villain.
Yeah.
Cody, what do you think of Black Panther at number 6?
I was definitely rooting for Black Panther in this over Killmonger. It was a character that like I didn't have much expectation, and then like the movie just blew it out of the water. I'm shocked that they put Black Panther behind The Incredibles on the original list, because I would have had Black Panther as a top 5 movie, because I think it does a lot of things culturally.
Yeah.
And it is a good story, and Chadwick was phenomenal.
Yeah, I agree with that. Black Panther is not just a great story, a told story. It's a great cultural moment as far as superheroes that are black or African in this case. And they're, Stan Lee created Wakanda as a commentary on bigoted thought during the civil rights movement, and that they were a futuristic, way more technologically advanced African civilization. And I thought Ryan Coogler captured that really well for like what it would be like present day. And I just thought it was a great movie, and I enjoyed all of the enjoyment around the movie. I just loved it. Matt?
It was an amazing movie. Yeah, it was great. Chadwick Boseman, Michael B. Jordan. It had some great actors in it. It was just... Yes. It was a phenomenal movie.
It's a tour de force. I think it totally belongs here. Jackson, what items do you have yourself having left?
I have my nuke, my switch, and my snipe.
Okay, that's what I see you having. Will you be using any of them on Black Panther?
I will not be.
Cody is out.
Has nothing.
And
I'm out.
I have a switcheroo and a recasted. I will not be using that on there. So we move on.
You guys are running out of things.
What are you going to do? You're
Cody
blow everything up at the end here.
Currently sitting at number 5 is Captain America: The Winter Soldier. You can't do anything with it.
I can talk about it though,
Yeah.
and maybe persuade one of you.
Man, it's a good movie. I just don't know where I would move it to with what I've got. So I'm just going to leave it alone.
Oh, you didn't want me to talk and persuade you on it?
No, we've already talked about it.
I wanted to tell you it was not a top 5 movie.
Oh, well, I mean, you can say that, but
It's not a top 5 movie. Jackson, do something with it.
Jackson, you have items at your disposal. We'll be using them on Captain America: The Winter Soldier.
I will not.
Oh,
man.
We move on to number 4. Cody,
Cody's
I'm
like,
very
please
sorry.
put my Batman back up there.
Cody's attempt at manipulating the game has gone awry, and we go to number 4. Cody, number 4 is The Avengers. The very first one. Back when Marvel was still the scrappy upstart, they decided to see if their solo heroes could actually work together, and the Avengers proved they could for a few more years anyways. It sets the tone and the box office dominance for the rest of the decade, proving that sometimes the sum really can be greater than its part. The Avengers at number 4, Cody.
I honestly think Captain America: Civil War is a better movie than this. I don't know how this is number 4, besides that it starts your saga, if you will. It really means nothing to me. I don't know how it made the list.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. Man, I'm almost in agreement with that. I didn't want it to sound so severe.
I know.
But I actually enjoy Age of Ultron. I think Age of Ultron's a better movie than this. And not a lot of people agree with that. I've always thought that weird. I think Age of Ultron's great. Yeah, obviously, Avengers Infinity War, I think's the best Avengers movie, in my opinion. And then Endgame has a cultural place as the conclusion to that saga. So I thought listen, when the Avengers happens, it's amazing. Never thought we would see that in a movie theater, and we did, and it's fantastic. But yeah, it's a little too high for me.
Well, the others were better.
It's a big moment. Jackson, you and I are the only one with items, and I believe I get first choice here, right? So I am going to...
I liked it, Dave.
Oh, yeah. What did you think of Avengers? I'm sorry.
It was a monumental event at its time, and the time has not been kind to it.
Yeah. I am going to do something very drastic because I still have my recast it. I am recasting the number 4 spot, and I'm taking out the Avengers out of the top 25, and in its place, Scott Pilgrim versus the World. Yes! Because I think Scott Pilgrim versus the World is a stellar superhero / comic book movie.
So
And deserves to be on this list. It might be a touch high for me, but I didn't have a choice. This is just where I had an
I
opportunity.
was hoping that you would use yours for Scott Pilgrim because I was torn between V and Scott. And so thank you.
Now, Jackson, will you be using an item on Scott Pilgrim versus the World?
All right, Cody, we need to make sure we turn both keys at the same time and launch my nuke.
He is nuking Scott Pilgrim versus the World out of the top 25, which means the next movie on my list gets to go in, which is Scott Pilgrim versus the World. Wow! Curveball! Wow! Probably in a better spot, if we're being honest. But Jackson, look, sometimes the phoenix rises out of the ashes.
Trying to get rid of it.
I'm glad we have a medical professional here to help with the nuclear winter that I have created.
So Scott Pilgrim versus the World comes back in at number 25 after I saved it. So who's up here? I can't even remember. It's me? I think it's me. Number 3, we're getting to the big movies here. The Dark Knight, which was number 3 in the Esquire list. Why so serious? With 3 words, Heath Ledger turned his Joker into an instant legend, stealing the spotlight in Nolan's Batman crime saga. Esquire says it's heat with capes, a sprawling crime epic that happens to star a superhero and an undisputed classic that still casts a long shadow. This belongs in the top 3, in my opinion. It's a great movie. It's a movie that proves that there's a couple of things that can make up for a story that's not airtight, which usually Christopher Nolan does have these stories that demand you connect some dots with believability, things like that, which is okay. I'm okay with that because he's also a master storyteller, which he does here. All the beats hit. And then, of course, a great performance can elevate anything. Heath Ledger does that as the Joker, as what becomes the just ultimate version of the Joker on screen in Heath Ledger. I think I have no qualms with this being in the top 3. Matt?
I agree. It's a great movie. And I would have liked to have had more movies from this.
Than just the trilogy, huh?
Right, than just the trilogy. Yeah.
Jackson, Dark Knight. Where do you stand with the Dark Knight?
I think that we lose sight of the tour de force performance by Zeus Tiny Lister because of Heath Ledger as prisoner on the boat that doesn't detonate the other boat.
Listen, there will never, ever be any Tiny Zeus Lister slander on this podcast, so I am with you.
This was one of those movies where it was not only a movie, but it was an experience. I felt myself buying into the story. I felt tension, even though I wasn't involved, that boat scene being one of them. And it gave me Two-Face, which I feel was more memorable for me than the Joker. I know that's a controversial opinion. I wanted more Two-Face, and it was taken from me.
He was good. Like, he just gets overshadowed. Yeah. Cody, tell us about Dark Knight.
I'm a little surprised Jackson didn't say it was memorable because Eric Roberts was in it. But this movie, it literally reshaped and reimagined the superhero genre in movies. Like, everything became grittier after The Dark Knight. Since we did do this with The Crow, I think we have to be honest and say The Dark Knight gets a little bit of extra feels because of Heath Ledger passing after it's completed, but still before it's released. And so everyone's like, oh, this is Heath's last role.
Honestly, this was a movie that there was so much dialogue about how he was...
The method acting and
that this movie made me uneasy for a long time watching it.
But I remember watching it in theaters, and when he's like, do you want to see a magic trick? And like, I had a visceral like, oh my goodness, they did this in a movie. And it blew my mind. I loved it. I don't know if it's the best Batman movie.
What's better?
I go with the Batman. I'm not...
Pattinson?
Pattinson, yes.
Wow.
But this one has a huge cultural impact. And like I said, it reshaped superhero movies for at least a decade. And if you talk DC, for about 2 decades.
Yeah. Jackson, you got a switcheroo and a sniper. Will you be using either of them on The Dark Knight?
No.
No. I have a switcheroo. I will not be using it on The Dark Knight. I think it's at a good spot in number 3. So we move on to Jackson leading off the number 2 spot. And that is Logan. Again, so Logan has moved up to number 2. Jackson, will you be using something on Logan? Ooh, he is deliberating.
Snipe it.
He is sniping it. Okay. So Logan will move down 5 spots, much to Cody's chagrin. It moves down to now number 7. Number 7, which, okay, I'm not mad at it. Which means, Cody, you don't have an item left, but it comes back to The Dark Knight for me again. Yeah. For number 2, and I'm not going to touch it. It's there. That's good with me. That leads us to the number 1 movie. Who leads this, Cody? Cody?
Yes, have me lead it because I think Jackson's going to sabotage the ever-loving nerd out of this. So
Superman, I'm a little afraid that Jackson sits over there with his switcheroo. Jackson, Cody, Superman the movie. It's Esquire's number 1 movie, superhero movie. Richard Donner's Superman was the big bang of superhero movies, they say. The one that made us all believe a man could actually fly. Christopher Reeve nails both sides of the role, the bumbling Daily Planet reporter and the hero who saves the day, all while trading sparks with Margot Kidder's fiery Lois Lane. Part revolutionary blockbuster, part workplace rom-com, it sets the template for every superhero film that follows, and it still soars nearly 50 years later. Cody, what do you think about that being number 1 on the Esquire list?
I think it gets the Godfather or Citizen Kane treatment, that it's the OG and it literally spawns genres, or it's also really hard to say, like, would we get an Infinity Saga if there was not this Superman movie? Christopher Reeve, in an interview on the late night show, was talking about he had people at Juilliard telling him not to take this. You can't be considered a serious thespian if you act in superhero movies. And now some of our most serious actors are in superhero movies, and Denzel's going to be in one.
Well, even cut to present day, you've got David Cordsweet, also a Juilliard actor. He's highly intelligent.
Yes.
Who is the new Superman. And it wasn't even a thought to him, probably. It was just like, why wouldn't I?
I think it has to be in the top 5, and it feels weird just because the quality and storytelling's gotten better and things have changed a lot since the late 70s, but I'm okay with it being number 1.
Yeah. Superman is, everything Cody said, everything Esquire said, really. Eric Fisher, or Eric Francisco, sorry. The writer, I agree with all that. It comes first. Maybe some of these movies wouldn't exist if it bombs, and that has to give it some credence. We did a Be Kind Rewind on it recently. Highly encourage you to go back and listen to that if you want to hear our thoughts in more depth. But we say all those things while also saying it feels like an almost 50-year-old movie. Matt, Superman the movie.
I'm going to give a plug to your Be Kind Rewind. You guys did a great job talking about this movie. That was a great episode. So really do go back and watch that if you've not heard that episode. You guys nailed it on the Be Kind Rewind. So I'll just leave it at that. Go back and listen if you want to hear what I agree with.
Yeah. Jackson, what are your thoughts on it, first of all? And then are you going to be using an item?
I love Richard Pryor.
I knew somebody was going to do it. I was waiting for it. Dang it.
I haven't seen this movie, so those are my thoughts.
What? You've never seen the original Superman?
Are you kidding me?
Severely dislike Superman, and I'm going to let Jimmy Gunn try to rehabilitate that feeling, but I stayed away from all things Superman other than Martha, and that proved my point. So,
Jackson, you have a switcheroo. Will you be using it in this last opportunity?
Oh, indeed.
Okay. What movie are we switching it with?
Dave, if you have to ask, do you really even know me?
Scott Pilgrim versus the World. No,
I don't know. What are we? Are you
Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 2?
okay? So that happened. All right. So Superman 1978 moves down to 20. Guardians of the Galaxy 2 moves up to number 1.
I'm hooked on that feeling, Dave.
I guess it's a darn good thing that I still have my Switcheroo. I need a second here, though, to think, because Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 2 cannot be the number 1 movie. I just don't know
Let it happen, Dave.
where
you could switch it right back.
I can move it.
Logan is really good.
What's that?
Logan's really good.
Yeah, why don't you guys make a case? Make a case for me.
It's between Ragnarok and Logan for me. I will say, like, it has all the feels. Ragnarok does, and it's that high-powered energy movie where Logan, it's a good send-off, and if Wolverine or Deadpool and Wolverine didn't exist, it might be the perfect comic book movie.
Can you really just disregard Yondu's death like that, Dave?
I can, and I will. All right, I'm not going to make anybody happy. Here's what I'm going to do.
Thor Ragnarok's going to number 1? Oh.
I will be using my Switcheroo to send it to the number 6 spot. Guardians of the Galaxy 2 will go down to number 6.
Was that Black Panther still?
Nope, that was Spider-Man 2. Sam Raimi's Spider-Man 2 gets to be the number 1 spot.
The wrong Spider-Man.
All right, so here is our list-busted Esquire top 25, as it were.
Oh, this is tragic. No wonder we call this ListBusters.
Number 25, Scott Pilgrim versus the World. Number 24, Superman 2025. Number 23, Avengers Infinity War. Number 22, Batman Begins. Number 21, Superman 1978. Number 20, Thunderbolts. Number 19, Blade 2. Number 18, Super somehow manages to stay in the top 25.
James.
Number 17, Batman 1989. Number 16, Avengers Endgame. Number 15, The Batman with Robert Pattinson. Number 14, Superman 2. Number 13, Hellboy. Number 12, Watchmen. Number 11, Incredibles. Number 10, Thor Ragnarok. Number 9, V for Vendetta. Number 8, Deadpool and Wolverine. Number 7, Logan. Number 6, Guardians of the Galaxy 2, thanks in no small part to the efforts of one Jackson Chauncey. Number 5, Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse. Number 4, Black Panther. Number 3, Captain America, The Winter Soldier. Number 2, The Dark Knight. And number 1, Sam Raimi's Spider-Man 2. What do you all agree with? What do you disagree with? Do you like the Listbuster episode? Cody, you want to say something?
Going into this, I think I only had 3 movies in this top 10 that I would put in my top 10.
Okay.
And I think we might have got up to 4 or 5.
Yeah, I think we improved the list, but in a fun way. Like, we could have just given our own list, but this was much more fun.
Oh, I'm so sick about number 8. I'm never going to dance again.
Here's the deal. If you like this episode and you want to see us do more list busting, again, I'm workshopping it. That's not the final name. We're just trying it out. If you come across some weird pop culture list that you disagree with, top guitarists, top whatever, top books, I don't know, send it to us and we may set up a list buster.
Top rom-coms.
I thought you were going to say top ramen. I mean, clearly it's beef, chicken, and then shrimp.
I agree.
All right, everybody. Thank you so much for listening. Make sure and subscribe. Do all that stuff. Review us. We'll see you next time.